Hello, friends. I'm tickled pink to have you here with me today because we're about to tackle something that's weighed down more folks than a sack of potatoes worry. Oh, I bet you felt it too, that nagging little voice that creeps in, whispering about tomorrow's troubles or yesterday's mistakes. It's a thief, isn't it? Stealing your peace, your sleep, maybe even your smile. But here's the good news. You don't have to live with it. Not for one more minute. Today, I'm going to share a handful of simple, practical steps to kick worry to the curb and start living, really living, right now. Let me start with a story. I once knew a fellow named Frank Wheeler, a hard-working man from Kansas City who ran a little grocery store. Frank was a worrier, the kind who'd lie awake at night, fretting over bills, shipments, even the weather. One day, I found him pacing behind the counter, muttering about a late delivery that might ruin his week. I said, "Frank, what's the worst that could happen?" He blinked, thought for a minute, and said, "Well, I suppose I'd lose a few customers." "And then?" I asked. "I'd keep going," he admitted. That was the spark he needed. Frank stopped pacing, chuckled, and said, "Dale, I've been burying myself over nothing." From then on, he started living lighter and happier. That's what I want for you, friends. Worry's a habit, but so is peace, and you can choose which one to feed. I've seen it work for folks like Frank, and I know it'll work for you. So, let's roll up our sleeves and dig into 5 steps to stop worrying and start living today. No fancy theories, just plain, honest ideas you can try before the sun goes down. Step 1, face the facts and let them set you free. The first step to shaking off worry is simple. Look it square in the eye. I don't mean stewing over it. I mean getting clear on what's real. Most of what we worry about is fog, vague fears that grow bigger in the dark. Bring them into the light, and they shrink fast. Take my friend Martha, a school teacher from Ohio. Martha used to worry herself sick about losing her job every time the principal called a meeting. One day she told me, "Dale, I can't stop thinking they're going to fire me." I said, "Martha, let's figure this out. What's the worst that could happen?" She thought it over. Maybe she'd have to find a new school. Maybe take a pay cut. "Could you handle that?" I asked. "Well, yes," she said. "I've got savings and I'm good at what I do." Just like that, the weight lifted. She faced the facts, saw they weren't so bad, and went to that meeting with her head high. Turned out it was about her raise. You can do this too. Next time worry knocks, grab a piece of paper. Write down, what am I scared of? Then, what's the worst that could happen? And finally, can I handle it? 9 times out of 10, you'll see it's not the monster you thought. In 5 minutes, you've turned a shadow into something you can step over. And that's the start of living free. Step 2, live in day-tight compartments. One day at a time. Here's a little secret that saved me more times than I can count. Live in what I call day-tight compartments. Imagine your life like a ship. If water floods one part, you seal it off so the whole thing doesn't sink. Worry loves to drag you into tomorrow or back to yesterday, but you've only got today. Shut the doors on the rest and you'll breathe easier. I learned this from a gal named Betty, a waitress in Chicago. Betty had a tough stretch. Her rent was late, her car broke down, and she worried she'd never catch up. One morning, she told me, "Dale, I'm drowning in what-ifs." I said, "Betty, forget next week. What can you do today?" She thought about it. Serve her tables, smile at her customers, maybe earn a few extra tips. "That's it," I told her. "Do that, and let tomorrow wait." She tried it, and by evening she was laughing again. One day at a time, she climbed out of that hole. Try it, friends. When worry starts spinning, ask yourself, what's my job today? Maybe it's finishing a report, calling a friend, or just getting out of bed with a grin. Focus there. Seal off the past and the future. In a minute, you'll feel the load lighten, and you'll be living right where you stand. Step 3, keep busy. The cure that works every time now. Here's a truth worth its weight in gold. An idle mind is worry's playground. When you're busy, really busy, there's no room for that little voice to sneak in. Action is the best medicine I know for a fretful heart. I'll tell you about a man named Joe, a carpenter from Texas. Joe lost his wife a few years back and worry took over. About money, about being alone, about everything. He'd sit in his workshop, staring at the walls, until one day I stopped by. "Joe," I said, "why don't you build something?" He grumbled, but he picked up his tools and started on a chair. Hours later, he called me over, proud as could be. "Dale," he said, "I didn't think about a darn thing but this wood all day. That chair wasn't just furniture, it was his ticket back to living. You've got that ticket too. Next time worry creeps in, get moving. Wash the dishes, mow the lawn, write a letter, anything that keeps your hands and head busy. Don't wait for the big stuff. Start small. In 10 minutes, you'll be so caught up in doing, you'll forget you were worrying at all. Step 4. Count your blessings, not your burdens. Here's a step that'll turn your day around faster than a speeding train. Stop counting what's wrong and start counting what's right. Worry loves to zoom in on the cracks, but when you shine a light on the good, it loses its grip. I saw this with a woman named Helen, a single mom in New York. Helen worried constantly about her kids, her bills, her health. One evening she was telling me her troubles. I said, "Helen, hold on. Tell me one thing that went right today." She paused, then smiled. "My boy hugged me this morning, said I'm the best mom ever." "And yesterday?" I asked. "I got a discount on groceries," she said. We kept going, and soon she was laughing. "Dale," she said, "I got more than I thought." That shift didn't erase her problems, but it gave her the strength to face them. You can do it, too. Grab a minute today and think, what's good right now? Maybe it's the coffee in your cup, the roof over your head, or a friend who's got your back. Write down 3 things, big or small, and look at them when worry strikes. You'll see you're richer than you knew, and that's a step toward living. Step 5, let it go. Give it a rest. And finally, friends, here's the clincher. Let it go. Some things you can't fix, some you can't change, and worrying won't budge them an inch. Hand them over to time, to fate, to whatever you believe in, and free yourself up to live. Take my pal Sam, a farmer from Nebraska. Sam used to worry himself ragged about the weather. Drought one year, floods the next. One day, after a storm wrecked half his crop, he sat down with me and said, "Dale, I can't control the sky." I nodded and said, "So what can you do?" He shrugged. "Plant again tomorrow." And that's what he did. He let the worry go, focused on what he could handle, and slept better than he had in months. You've got that choice too. Next time worry digs in, ask, "Can I fix this now?" If yes, do it. If no, let it loose. Say to yourself, "I'm done with you for today," and move on. In a heartbeat, you'll feel lighter and ready to live. Now, friends, we've come a long way together, haven't we? We've walked through these 5 steps. Facing the facts, sealing off the day, keeping busy, counting our blessings, and letting go. And I hope you're feeling a little lighter already. But I don't want to stop at hope. I want you to grab this with both hands and run with it. Because this isn't just about stopping worry. It's about starting a life so full and free, you'll wonder why you ever let those shadows hold you back. Let's paint a few more pictures to bring this home. Because stories are the heartbeat of what we're doing here. I'll tell you about a gal named Doris, a factory worker from Cleveland. Doris used to worry herself into knots about her kids getting sick, about machines breaking down, about every little thing. One day, she stumbled across an old notebook and decided to try something. She wrote down her worries. What if the rent's late? Then face them head on. I'll talk to the landlord. I've done it before. She sealed off tomorrow, kept busy fixing a broken chair, counted her blessings, her health, her paycheck, and let the rest go. By supper, Doris was humming a tune, and she told me, "Dale, I didn't realize how much I was carrying until I set it down." Then there's Mike, a truck ascending to heaven, a truck driver from Georgia. Mike worried about everything, the price of gas, his route, the weather messing up his schedule. But one day, he heard me talk about living one day at a time, and it stuck. He started focusing on the road ahead, just today's miles, today's stops. He kept his hands on the wheel, counted the good, a warm meal waiting, a clear sky, and let tomorrow's storms wait. Last I saw him, he was grinning ear to ear, saying, "Dale, I'm not just driving, I'm living out here." And how about Ellen, a nurse from Philly? Ellen used to fret over every patient, every shift. Until she tried this, she faced the worst. Maybe I'll make a mistake, and saw she could handle it with help. She stayed busy with her rounds, thanked her lucky stars for her team, and let go of what she couldn't fix. Now, she walks those halls with a spring in her step, and her patients feel it too. See, friends, this isn't about dodging life's bumps. They'll come, sure as sunrise. It's about not letting them steal your today. Every time you face a worry and shrink it down, you're winning. Every day you seal off, every task you tackle, every blessing you name, that's you stepping into the light. And when you let go, that's you giving yourself permission to breathe, to laugh, to live. Think about it. What's worry ever done for you? Has it paid a bill, fixed a car, or made a rainy day sunny. Not a lick. But these steps, they've turned folks like Doris, Mike, and Ellen from worriers to warriors, not by magic, but by choice. And that choice is yours, right now. So here's my challenge. Friends, start today. Don't wait for a quiet moment or a perfect day. They're myths anyway. The next time worry taps your shoulder, face it. What's the worst? Seal it off. What's today's job? Get busy. Sweep the porch. Call a pal. Count 3 good things: your coffee, your shoes, your heartbeat. Then let the rest go, say, not mine to carry, and drop it. 5 minutes, that's all it takes to shift the tide. Try it at breakfast, at work, on your way home. Watch how it feels to trade that heavy load for a lighter step. I'll bet you a nickel you'll smile more, sleep better, and maybe even lift someone else along the way. Because when you stop worrying, you don't just start living, you start shining. Here's the payoff, folks. A life where today's yours, not worries. Imagine waking up without that knot in your chest, walking through your hours with your chin up, your heart open. Picture the folks around you, your family, your friends, catching that peace like a warm breeze. That's not a dream. It's what happens when you let these steps take root. You're not just shedding worry. You're growing joy, strength, a voice that says, I've got this day, and it's mine. I've seen it time and again, regular people, just like you, turning their days from gray to gold. Frank stopped pacing and started grinning. Doris found her song. Mike hit the road with gusto. Ellen lit up her hospital. That's the life waiting for you. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. So let me leave you with this, friends. You don't need to be a saint or a scholar to stop worrying and start living. You've got everything you need right here. A mind to face facts, a heart to count blessings, hands to keep busy, and the grit to let go. These 5 steps aren't a burden, they're a gift. Yours for the taking. Go out there today and give it a whirl. Face one worry, seal off one day, do one task, name one good thing, let one fear fly away. Then see how it feels. I'd wager it's like sunlight after rain. And when you do, come tell me about it, because I know you'll have a tale to share. The world's waiting. Friends, stop worrying, start living, and show them what you've got.